There's been a lot of talk lately about what ChatGPT is and whether or not you can use it to build yourself a trading bot that will generate a ton of profit. So then maybe one day you can ask others,
what color's your guy?
well, I don't know about the profitable part, but we can definitely use it to build ourselves a trading bot. In this video, we're going to be using the platform NinjaTrader 8, and we'll be building ourselves a trading bot using ChatGPT. And after that, we'll be using NinjaTrader's very own built-in strategy builder to build the exact same bot. Alright, so to get things started, first we go to the OpenAI website, and then you want to come down here and try ChatGPT. If you've never used this before, you have to make an account first. It is free, so no need to worry about that. And then let's figure out what ChatGPT actually is. So what better way to do that than to just type in, what is ChatGPT and can it help me code? You just hit enter and it's going to generate a response. ChatGPT is a large language model developed by OpenAI that is trained on a massive dataset of text data to generate human-like text. It can be used for a variety of natural language processing tasks such as text generation, language translation, and question answering. While ChatGPT can help you write code, it is not designed specifically for that purpose. However, it may be able to generate snippets or explain programming concepts in natural language. It's worth noting that ChatGPT generated code may not always be correct or efficient, so it's important to thoroughly review and test any code generated by the model before using it in a production environment. Okay, so that's pretty good. You can talk to it, ask it questions, and it will generate a response. And it can even help you with coding, but it might not be perfect. You might still have to go through it and fix it up. So let's get started and see what it can do for us. So can you show me how to build a strategy on NinjaTrader 8? Enter long when the 9 EMA crosses up the 50 SMA, and enter short when 9 EMA crosses below the 50 SMA. We hit enter and see what it comes up with. Okay, so it seems to be typing out the code here. So I'm actually pretty impressed with what it generated here. I wasn't expecting it to be this accurate. There are a few things if you've coded with NinjaScript before. For example, initialize is not a thing on NinjaTrader 8. I also don't see anything that's going to add your indicators to the chart. Also, this is not the proper way to define your SMA and your EMA periods. At least this is not how I do it. But I'm going to copy and paste this into a blank strategy and see what we can come up with. So I've copied and pasted this ChatGPT generated code into our NinjaTrader blank strategy. So I added the private SMA, private EMA under the public class, and I've added our conditions to enter long and enter short. The only thing I'm going to change are the periods. Just to save time on the video, I'm going to fix them now. Because I know this is not going to work. So under your set defaults, I'm going to type in something like SMA period equals 50 and EMA period equals 9. And you also have to declare it as an integer. So I'm just going to copy and paste this from another strategy. And then this way, once we load the strategy, we can just change around these variables if we want. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to add these indicators to our chart once we load the strategy. So let's see if ChatGPT can do that for us. All right, so it gave us a response, a pretty in-depth response, but unfortunately, if you've worked with NinjaScript, you know this is not the correct way to add it. So let's see if we can try something else. All right, so now we generated our at chart indicator and our plots and gave a pretty good description of how it works. But again, even though it's pretty good, this is still not going to work. A few things. Just for example, pen color is not an actual thing on NinjaTrader. We use bar brush. We also don't use on startup. Ours is more like a state data loaded. So even though this code is not 100% correct, as long as we have some sort of idea of what we're doing, this can still help us save a lot of time in writing code and can even give us an idea of where to place our code. So I'm going to fix this really quick and then we're going to add it to our chart and see how it performs. Okay, so I just had to fix a few things and we're going to go over all of these. Here we added our EMA and our SMA. That part is okay. Then we had to define our periods and we did that by making integers. Then instead of having an on startup, which is not part of NinjaTrader, we added our indicators on the data loaded. So first we have to define our SMA with the period. So our SMA 50 is equals to our SMA with a 50 period, and EMA 9 is equal to an EMA with a 9 period. Next we plot them on the chart. So really the only difference here between these two is the pen color method. NinjaTrader 8 uses brushes instead of pen color. It's just NinjaTrader specific thing. And then for the very last step, we add the indicator to the chart and that should let us compile. So overall, it's pretty good for just typing out what you want. And you can keep adding to it if you like, just like you're having a conversation. So if you want to set a stop or a profit target, but I don't want to make this video too long. I think we've seen that whatever it does generate, we still need some knowledge in coding to be able to fix it. But overall, I like it. I think it's a pretty cool toy to have. I'm sure if we ask in more general coding questions rather than very specific NinjaTrader stuff, it might actually work even better. But we're not here for that. We're here to build trading bots. So let's load it to the chart and see this in action. Okay, so now that we're in our chart, you want to right click, go to strategies, find the strategy and apply it. And remember, it's a strategy, you have to enable it. And here we can see we have our 9 EMA in blue, our 50 SMA in yellow, and it's filled out all of our historical trades. So let's zoom in a little bit. And here we can see when the 9 EMA crossed below the 50 SMA, it enters short. When it crosses above, it closes the position, it entered long. And then once the 9 EMA crosses below the 50 SMA, closes the long, enters short again. And it just keeps doing that over and over because we have no other conditions coded into this strategy, which is fine just for the testing part of it. Then if you want to check the performance history, you can just right click, strategy performance, and check the historical trades. And as you can see, we made a killing with this strategy with a profit of almost $4,000. Now, don't go buy a Lambo just yet. These numbers are from a small time sample. They're easy to fake and almost certainly won't translate to the real world. There are things you can do to make your backtesting a little more accurate. I'm not going to go into them this video. This video is just to compare ChatGPT and Strategy Builder. So let's move on and see how it works in real time. Okay, so we're just going to play it in real time. Here, I'm just going to hit the play button. And once this 9 EMA crosses below, it enters your short position. And once it crossed over the 50 SMA, now it reversed and entered a long position. So our bot works, that's the important part. And now for a comparison, we're going to be using Strategy Builder on NinjaTrader to build the exact same automated trader. So we want to go down to your control panel, new, and you want to select Strategy Builder. Next, you get this window. You just want to select a new strategy and ChatGPT strat build. Then you can just hit next. Additional data, we don't need that. We're working with the current one. Inputs and variables, we don't really need to do that on the strategy builder. This is not an in-depth how to use Strategy Builder, we're literally just building the exact same thing as we did with ChatGPT. So you can just hit next. In this section is where the magic happens, and you can select the conditions that must happen in order to enter a trade. So first, go to the top box right here, select add, and you want to select the indicator. So we're doing EMA first. So scroll down to the EMA, select a period of 9. And if you want it to show on the chart, make sure you select the plot on chart. And I'm just going to switch the color to sky blue. Next, we're going to go to this middle box and we're going to say cross above. Then the second box here, we select indicator again. And this time we're going to scroll all the way down to our SMA, select a period of 50, and we're also going to plot this on the chart. So what we're saying is when the 9 EMA crosses above the 50 SMA, then we're doing the following. So you select add, order management, and we're going to select enter long position. Then next for the shorts, we have to select a second set. So click this plus tab down here, and we're going to do the same thing just with the opposite. So go to indicator, EMA, plot on chart, 9. Then this time we're doing cross below and select the SMA, again plot on chart with a period of 50. On this one, we're doing the enter short position. Okay, let's hit next. Stop and targets, we're not setting these for this strategy. So let's just hit next and we can just hit finish and it'll unlock our code. So once you hear that compile noise, you're good to go. So you can just go back to your chart. So you want to right click, strategies, and you want to select the strategy. So here, ChatGPT strat build. Then you want to hit apply and hit enable. So here you can see the same thing. When the 9 EMA closes below the 50 SMA, you enter short. When it goes above the 50 SMA, you close the position and you enter a long position. And you can check the strategy performance of this one as well. We just go back into that option and you can see the results are pretty similar. So the back testing part worked, and let's see how it plays out in real time.
Order filled.
And there we go, it crossed below.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
And you can see it just keeps entering over and over every time there's a different
Order
cross.
filled.
So that's the same bot built in 2 different ways. Now the question is, which is better to use, ChatGPT or Strategy Builder? In most cases, and this is especially true if you have no coding experience, then I'd say definitely use Strategy Builder. It's built into the platform and it's designed specifically for NinjaTrader, so it just makes a lot more sense to use it. On the other hand, if you like to manually code your own strategies, then while I wouldn't rely solely on ChatGPT, because you still need to know what you're doing, I think it could still be a great tool to help guide you in the right direction. Or if you just need general C# help. But let me know what you think. Or have you been able to build a proper bot using ChatGPT, whether it's on NinjaTrader or any other platform? I want to know. And that's it for this video. Take care.